And donuts 10.
We are live. Or at least we should be. Yes, we are. Fantastic. What is up, everybody? What's up, all the early viewers? How is everyone doing on this fine Sunday evening or morning?
Oh god, I had the audio for the stream open. Felt like I was going schizo because I was just hearing everything I've already heard again.
What's
God,
up,
that was
Random
awful.
Casual Gamer? What's up, AT Field? What's up, Tim Leverton? Hugo, what's up? I saw a lot of comments at the beginning when we were waiting for the stream to start. People talking about King of Limbs being very mid. In fact, somebody called it said mid is generous for this. That bad, huh?
Well, AT Field, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get flashbanged.
What's up, Mark?
Even though I have everything on dark mode, the pop-up to hop in a Spotify jam will flashbang me nonetheless.
My apologies. 11:30 at night. All our European friends staying up late for this one.
I'm so sorry for you guys.
Not that bad. I've never heard it. Luckily, it's pretty short. Only 37 minutes, so... I'm gonna mute while I finish out this cough.
You didn't mute.
You didn't mute.
Oh. Great, so only we had to hear it. Yeah.
You're welcome. Hi, stream. Made sure to mute for you guys. Dire Straits review when?
When somebody pays for it.
Sure.
Right? I don't know if we're gonna get to it any other way, to be honest with you.
Literally one person has requested Dire Straits ever, so don't get your hopes up.
What's up, Carnicorn? What's up, Chris Gomez, Tarny, Rickster? How you guys all doing? King of Limb's main problem is too complex for its own. So upset you missed the obscured stream. Well, you can go back and rewatch it. It'll be up in probably 2 or 3 days. Maybe a bit longer than that. Probably like a week. What's up, MT? By the way, real quick, because I want to give more people time. If you haven't voted on our poll put up last night, go take a vote. Is to decide the next artist band discography we will go through. Currently, the Strokes and Tyler the Creator are winning heavily. So, if you want to do something else in that poll, go send out your votes.
Or you can add on to the massive lead.
Or you can add on, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Whatever you want to do. Stupid poll? You're a stupid poll.
Fuck the Strokes. Don't know what the Strokes did to anybody. They're so
rude.
Incredibly inoffensive.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say "fuck the Strokes" before. You're like the only person. I want.
You either like them
you're
or
salty
you think they're
because
okay.
you wanted Dylan. That's why. Okay, that's different.
Him, I agree.
Bowie. I thought about adding Bowie. It's so hard to pick an era of his. It's so hard. You don't listen to anyone on that poll? That's wild.
71 to 80.
How does King Crimson work? What?
Robert Fripp starts fripping all over the place.
Strokes are goated. I don't know. I'm indifferent on them. I really haven't heard enough. Stop asking questions.
I have opinions on them.
The King of Limbs live is way better. We don't do live albums. Unless we're paid to. And rarely
like
do
the
we.
Long Season one.
Like the Long Season one. I have seen that argument a lot of times. Cole has maybe even made that argument.
It's a compelling argument.
Well, it's more about the highest highs, not just greatest discography in general, because he has a lot of albums.
He does. It's hard to rate Bowie as an artist. It really is. All right, well, we got 21 people in here. You guys ready to get started?
Yep.
Let's do it. Oh, get a jam going first.
All right, flashbang warning, guys. In 3, 2, 1.
Boom!
Oh my!
Wow, that was a bright one that time. Really, I don't know why you get flashbang though.
I don't know. It's because just because it's so white. The pop up to join the jam.
You prepping for something, Ryan? For this cue?
Oh. No. No, that's
Any color you like twice.
That's literally just my like songs playlist right there. Shuffle mode. But no, I'm not prepping for. I don't even know who these people most like. I don't even know what I'd be prepping for here. Oh, Dark Side. Oh.
That took a minute.
You're not a.
I was looking at the next few. I wasn't looking at the next one up.
Not a quick-witted individual.
You are not smart, are you?
My fault. All right, let's get started.
You are.
Are you done?
Dumb.
Are you done trashing me?
Ever? I doubt it.
AT field. I should lower the brightness on my monitor. I probably should. Probably help out the eyes.
All right, let's go. Hi, Cosmic. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Three Idiots Talking podcast. Today, we are here with the 7th studio album. I think this is the 7th, right? Or is this 6th? I think it's the 7th, yeah, because I think we're on number 7. The 7th studio album from Radiohead. We have The King of Limbs. Came out in 2011.
Don't they have 9?
Yeah, and I think we only have 2 left after this.
This is at 8, then. There's only one after this.
There's only one?
Yeah.
Do they have 9?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
1, 2, 3,
Album
4,
open.
5, 6. No. Oh, 7. Yeah, okay. Nope. You're right. This is number 8. All right. We're on the 8th studio album. My apologies. Of Radiohead. We're at The King of Limbs. Came out in 2011. 8 songs, 37 minutes. One of the shorter albums in the discography in terms of length. So, myself, have never heard this album. I know nothing about it. The one thing I have heard, and I cannot confirm or deny this, but I have heard that Radiohead fans, and I've heard this from Cole, Radiohead fans are not a fan of this album. Cole, what reason is that, and why is that so?
It is kind of sandwiched in between 2 beloved Radiohead albums, and it's clearly not up to par with either of them.
You're referring to Moonshade, Pooin', and Rainbows.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just doesn't have the Radiohead classics on it. It's just it's considered to be one of the most boring albums they've ever written. Maybe the most boring album they ever made.
Boring, and for Radiohead, boring is especially Radiohead fans, boring is bad, correct?
For most
Yes, boring is in fact bad. I don't know why I needed to confirm that, but okay.
So why do Radiohead fans in particular, why do they trash this album, I guess? What's the big...
Because it's boring.
Okay, but you say boring.
It's unremarkable. It's dull. It's not that good. It's just not that good.
That's what people say. Yes.
Okay.
And it took a while. It took like 4 years after they made In Rainbows for them to come out with this one. So there was a long wait, and it was just I suppose they were just disappointed with what they came out with after 4 years of waiting.
So they had a hiatus. They expected something very good, and they came out with something that they just did not enjoy at all. That's what you're saying.
Yep.
All right. Well, interesting Very interesting album cover here.
Really ugly album cover.
Kind of
really
hard to
ugly.
read, kind of hard to look at. What appears to
Not a
be
fan.
two figures drawn in, almost look like aliens, and then some dark forest in the background. It's just very dark. It's very creepy. I mean, the album title is literally "The King of Limbs," so I get the tree
That's a
limbs
cool
reference,
name.
but it's a decent name. I don't really know anything else about this. These two do. I have nothing else to say, really. I'm ready to get straight into this because I don't know anything about this album and I've never heard a song off of it. So, you guys ready to go? Ready to get straight into it?
Yep.
Mhm.
All right, let's do it. It's Radiohead, 8th studio album, The King of Limbs, 2011. Let's start off with Bloom. And for some reason, I can't put this in full screen right now. Which is weird, but whatever.
They are quite off-putting.
Best song of the album already. This song is awesome. Damn. Big fan. still just as weird as they were from the first album.
You're gonna want first go on this.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't care. All right, that was Bloom.
I'd love to. I'd love to summarize.
Go for it, Noah. You're up first. Bloom.
So, you see the issue with this song. There's nothing that grabs you. There's nothing that really grabs you. There's nothing that makes me want to really come back to it. It creates a solid atmosphere. That's what I would say it does. But outside of that, it doesn't really do much for me. I mean, Tom York sounds good. I mean, I don't know. He's never really sounded bad. At least not in a while. So, I mean, never expected that. Percussion's alright, if not a little off-putting, off-kilter.
Off-kilter.
Which I'm guessing, with them, I'm guessing that was intentional. Not the biggest fan of it. I mean, the synths and the strings sound good. I don't know. It's just, what makes you want to come back to it, That's the whole thing. I'm feeling like a 7.
7. Cole.
Yeah, I completely agree that there's like very little about the song that really sticks out to you. However, I do feel like my biggest issue with this song is the percussion it's almost like they're trying to do some sort of avant-garde jazz drum groove, but they're just like not fully committing to it, and it's like mixed really weird. It's really like like weirdly compressed or something. I don't know. I don't know the technical terms of production that well, but there's just something that sounds so wrong about the drums to me, and the drum groove doesn't totally add up for what kind of song it feels like the rest of it is trying to make. I feel like if you just like took it away completely, you'd have a decent song, because there's like outside of that, like it kind of has an atmosphere, and Tom's doing a pretty good job, and the melody's all right. It's nothing, it's not fucking weird fishes or anything, but besides the just totally incorrect percussion going on, there's a decent song there, but it's not meshing in the way that I think they hoped it would. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this one like a 6 to a 6.5.
6 to 6.5. So my biggest issue with this song upon first listen was that it does not have a rhythm section that is complying with the other rhythm section. The drums and the synthesizer or whatever other instrument we're using were just not in tune. They weren't doing the same thing, and it was off the whole time throughout the song. It was just slightly off each time, and well, not each time, it was just slightly off, and it kind of annoyed me at one part. I was just like, this is kind of hard to listen to. It was like, the whole song felt just a little off. I thought Tom sounded basically the way he sounded throughout his whole discography. He's got the very eerie, sort of dystopian sounding voice that he's always sort of had, purposefully doing that. Lyrically, I was kind of bored. There wasn't a whole lot of talking about, and honestly, the what he was talking about was just very Radiohead-esque, which is good sometimes and then really bad sometimes when you can't figure it out and it doesn't even make sense, like on like any read that you do. If you can't figure it out like right off the bat, or if you have to dig super deep into it to even get like with the first metaphor, I feel like it's not very good lyrically. We've talked about a lot of their Radiohead openers, and I think this is one of the worst they've done so far. Not a fan of it. This is pretty I would never come back to this song. I have no reason to care about this. I think they've done this 100 times better in almost every single album. 5 to a 5.5. Very flat song for me. All right, chat. Let's see. Okay, this song sums up all of Radiohead for me. I can't agree with that at all. I think I disagree. They don't sound anything like this for the most part. They have elements of this that they sound like. Bloom is the only amazing song on this album. A 9 out of 10 from Pedro. Wow, okay. It's a 10 from Christian. Top 3 Radiohead song. Okay.
Oh my.
Damn.
Wow.
Disagree with that, but you're certainly allowed to have that opinion. James Diamond in the chat with a whack 2.7. Some good sounds, but the singer doesn't add up. 4 for Rickster. Song's way too long. Does not do enough to build on the drum loop. Feels scatterbrained. Bass is good. Yeah, the bass was impressive. I like that one. 6.5 from Hugo. 10 out of 10. They mastered what they've been trying in Hail to the Thief. Greatest opener of the discography.
Oh, goodness.
Gonna have to disagree with that, Mr. Piloto. Just flat out. Wow. Okay, 8. It is Atmospheric from Tim. Chris Gomez gives it a 7. Ben Kenobi with the 8.5. Carnicorn with an 8 to an 8.5. 8 from Random Casual Gamer. Love the vocals. Basement version shits all over this though. Unfortunately, it's only downhill from here until the second half. Stereotypical Radiohead song. I mean, elements of this were stereotypical. It's just way worse for me on every part of it. 4.5 Snooze Fest from Pin Sticker. And yeah, Ryan, you're right. If they are sounds on top of sounds, they don't follow a formula intentionally. Yeah, it just sounded off. I don't know what to say. I don't know. All right, up next we have Morning Mr. Magpie. What's up, Joel?
Back, man.
Good morning, Mr. Magpie. How are we today?
Is he trying to sing someone to
Like-
sleep right now?
He's like, man, the melodies are so mediocre.
Proper transitions.
It would certainly help more with the vibe they're trying to have. Gasping for life in my right ear.
The bass has been great so far in this album. It's only 2 songs deep though.
You know you should.
Really. Really would have preferred a change. What's up, man? These lyrics are awful. Massive L. I mean, this is some fucking Dr. Seuss 5-year-old fucking open a book at night reading lyrics. This is shit. He's written so much better than this before. Pyramids? What are you talking about, James Simon? Not a horrible outro right there. Oh. Never mind. Are we seriously just doing 30 seconds of like static?
There's nature sounds too.
Oh. Alright, well that was Morning Mr. Magpie, and I will take first strike at this one. Little annoyed, not a little, very annoyed by the lyrics on this, because that was pathetic lyrically. He has written, I mean, the Radiohead and Tom York, of course, have written some crazy ass lyrics, some things that are extremely hard to understand, some things that are just funny to read, and almost everything's interesting. This is terrible. This is bottom feeder bullshit. Didn't make any sense. You don't even have to make sense, because this had there's no theme, there's nothing. It's just lullaby lyrics for like a 5-year-old. It's stupid, it's pointless, and I hated them. That being said, I also thought Tom York sounded pretty shit vocally as well. Sounded like he was trying to sing you to sleep, which is not something that I would recommend personally. Instrumental on the solo part in the middle was good. The melody throughout the rest of the song was not amazing for me. The transition was a little rough, but I didn't really care too much about that. I thought the outro was kind of cool until we got to the last 30 seconds where it was just sound that was happening, followed by a little bit of nature sounds at the end. Very, very uninspiring, uninteresting song that I will never come back to. 4. Cole.
I don't know. For some reason, I'd rather listen to this one than the first one.
Oh, never.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I don't know what is so horribly offensive about the lyrics. They're not that riveting of lyrics, but there's just not that many lyrics. I don't think they're that awful. And by the way, Dr. Seuss fucking slaps. I will not hear Dr. Seuss slander on this channel, alright? I don't know who you think you are, shit talking Dr. Seuss. Like, you're somehow better than Dr. Seuss. Like, Dr. Seuss wasn't an awesome fucking writer. Get out of here with that.
Are you done?
I don't know. Are you done shit talking a great author?
Yes, I am. And Dr. Seuss
Alright.
is great, and this was worse than that. But it had the same type of...
What do you mean he was great, but it's worse?
Because Dr. Seuss wrote interesting lyrics. This was not interesting.
Nothing
I didn't
was
say
there.
this. I didn't say these are
style
interesting.
of Dr. Seuss, but not interesting, which is horrible combination. Sorry.
They're really not that bad. I don't know. I don't know what's so awful about these lyrics. They're fine. There's just not that many of them. Melodically, I thought it was okay. Just a bit. I mean, most of the things about this song are just kind of okay. And again, the percussion is still just a bit odd and strange and doesn't really connect.
That's a...
But yeah, I honestly would rather listen to this one than the first one for some reason. So I'll give this one a 6.5 to a 7.
Wow. What a terrible opinion. Noah.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
I'm not gonna agree with you, Cole, buddy. I'm sorry. I'd rather listen to the first one. Um, I'd say the percussion on this one is certainly more manageable for me. It's not as crazy. It's just outside of vocals, the song is really lacking in any other form of melody. And I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I like melody in my music. Hot take.
Who doesn't? What the fuck?
Yes, that was the joke.
I know.
But I mean, I like the
Got
bridge.
fired.
I like the bridge when the percussion settles down
Yeah.
and the instrumental gets a bit more melodic. I thought that was a pretty good part. I was hoping it would transition into something else because honestly, I do not remember what happened on this song, even though I've heard it before. But no, it just went back to the same old thing, and I was equally as unimpressed as I was the first time they did it. 5.5.
5.5. Yeah, no, I can't stand boring, uninspired lyrics like this. Just
Oh, but fucking Yellow Submarine's lyrics are brilliant.
Yeah.
I didn't say they were, but I find the song interesting. What I was gonna say though is that Noah
find
was
it
right
compelling.
about Noah was right about one thing, that the percussion, or sorry, Cole was right about one thing. The percussion in the rest of the instrumental are just off on this song. Again, something the first two songs have in common is the instrumentals are not blending very well right now.
It's like they decided to get really experimental with the drum grooves but then the rest of the songs, they were just like dial it back from where we've been.
Okay. All right, chat. Christian, subpar Beatles ripoff, worst thing on a Radiohead album since Bones, 3 out of 10.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That bridge was building up for nothing, 5 out of 10 for I'm Him. Yeah, that bridge did build up for nothing, even though it was a very small build anyway. 6.5 for Ben Kenobi, 6 to 6.5. It's a mess from Chronicorn, 6 from Tim, 6 from Tarney. The song belongs under a pyramid, 1.6108339 from James Diamond. 5 from Chris Gomez. 4 out of 10. Everything is off. Lyrics super suck from Random Casual Gamer. I mean, the song could be so much better if it was more exciting, but lacks energy. You think this song had a really good melody, Pedro? I think it was lacking a melody entirely. 6.5 from Pedro. 6 from Lava Jacob. Weird type of music is my jam. Joel gives it an 8. A 4 from Pedro. 6 out of 10 from Peloto. Nice tune to dance to in an abandoned German factory. That is a very, very
Alright.
specific example.
Okay.
Yeah, 7
I can
from
see that.
Blongo Blongo, but that includes the live version. 7.5 from Hugo, kind of vibes with the song. Cole, you are so funny.
Thank you so much.
All right, up next, little by little. 5.
Could have used a transition into this one.
We just got hit with that.
What are the drums on this album?
Literally a kindergarten song. 3 out of 10.
I'm not going anywhere. I just gotta turn off my camera for a second.
If you think Yellow Submarine, the song is awful, you're delusional.
Nah, that song is rough.
Oh,
Rough
God.
vocals. Really rough vocals.
What happened to your falsetto, Tom?
What's the issue? They're not bad.
Oh,
There's no.
I mean,
they're
A little.
so
incredibly
much
thin.
worse than they usually is.
I mean, when he comes in on the line initially, it's a little raspy.
It sounds like
Not
somebody
helping.
is sitting on his chest, and he's still trying to sing.
Sounds like a child.
I guess it does sound like he is really squeezing it out.
Yeah. Sounds like a guy who's like first time ever trying falsetto, and he's just like.
And like somebody going through puberty trying to hit a high note.
Yeah, kind of. So these vocal melodies have been rough to start this album. Gotta fuck with the percussion, I guess, as a whole here. Maybe not the drums in particular, but just all of the percussion. I don't know what clanking thing they're using, but I like that melody. That build was... I wanted more from that. It just went back to this melody again. I was really hoping we'd have an explosion of instrumental sound there, like we get a lot on Radiohead albums.
Well, sorry to tell you, I don't know if that happens on this album at all.
Well, that's cool. What a weird line to end the song on, melody-wise. Okay, it's honestly probably the most interesting song on the album so far. All right, that was Little by Little. Cole, I'm gonna start you out.
Really boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Melodically, whatever. Not a particularly good vocal performance from Mr. York. Probably his worst vocal performance since like OK Computer for me. Yeah, boring chorus, just drum grooves and drum tones that don't work. I really don't like how the drums have sounded throughout this album. They sound really small
Yeah,
and
they do
weak.
sound small.
I don't really know what kind of a song they were even trying to write here, because everything just felt so drastically different and nothing really blended all that much. Yeah, I'll give this a 5.
So the only thing apart about the percussion I liked was the clanking, the clanking sound instrument. I don't know what they were doing there. Maybe it was a cowbell, maybe it was something else entirely, but I did like that. Outside of that, I completely agree with Cole. So far, the album percussion has been very weak. The drums have been very weak, and it's included on this song. The vocal melodies on this album have been very weak to start, and this one was even like his vocals on this were just abysmal at certain points. The melodies on the vocals were worse. Nothing interesting from a vocal perspective here. Very disappointing because usually Tom York has like the one thing that makes up for his weird voice is how he sings it. Maybe not what he sounds like, but the way he sings it, the melody vocally is fantastic. He's created some of the best, and start off with has been really, really bad. I'm trying to think of a positive thing to say here. I guess the best thing I liked about it was the instrumental outside the percussion was decent to listen to and kept a rhythm that kept going. The build was there. I was disappointed in how they finished the build though, because it didn't amount to anything. It just went back to that same instrumental melody they had been doing the whole time. That's really frustrating because I was hoping for a classic Radiohead build to an instrumental explosion. That didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. Rarely do it, but I agree with Cole. It's 5. Noah.
This instrumental feels like it's lacking any form of edge whatsoever. It just feels very dull. For once, I was actually a fan of a pretty decently large fan of the percussion on the song, because I felt like it added some form of edge. So I guess good job with the percussion this time, I guess. But that shouldn't really be the main thing that's keeping my interest. But that's what it is. That's where my interest is, because the melodies are just so subpar from what you would expect from a band like Radiohead. Not the best Tom York vocal performance, and just the song felt drawn out, felt too long. I'd give it like a 5.5.
5.5. Almost thought we were gonna go 3 for 3 there. I'm not gonna lie. All right, chat. Let's see. Really interesting chord progressions and middle 8 draped in a song that fits it like O.J. Simpson's glove. 4.5 from Christian, 5.5 from Chris Gomez, 5.5 from Pedro. Do these guys know the live versions are all much better? They could be a whole lot better, but even if they are, we're not going to do it. The chorus sucks, but overall it's not bad. 6 from I'm Him, 6 for Random Casual Gamer, 7 from Blingo Belongo, 7 from Ben Kenobi, 7 Like the Rhythm from Tim, 8 to an 8.5 from Carnicorn, Lava Jacob with a 6.5 to 7. Vocals bringing this down to a 4. If it was an instrumental, it would be a 6 from Joel, 6 from Tarney, 5 from Love's Dance. Welcome, Love's Dance. Chat, bully them into listening to Daily Mail after the album is done. I don't know what Daily Mail is. Bullied, I kind of suck. Worst vocals since Sulk. 4 out of 10 from Hugo. 5 from Piloto, the King of Fillers. And that looks like the last rating we got. All right, cool. Oh, 7 from Jonathan. There we go. All right, up next we have Feral.
Aphex Twin. This is Aphex Twin if he actually made like grading instrumentals.
Avant-garde is difficult to pull off correctly.
It sounds like a window liquor B-side. Or window liquor leftover.
Seems Radiohead recorded this album with no desire to do it. That'd be really weird that they took 4 years off and then put out an album they didn't want to put out.
It's how much reverb do you want?
Uh-huh.
Yes. What are we doing here? What is going on?
This is very like sound collagey. He's yorking it.
Oh no. He took it literally. What the hell is he doing?
Did I forget this song?
I'm
This is
very
actually kinda
uncomfortable
bad.
Right now. It sounds like that Kanye song we listened to like a couple days ago. Where it's just like him going like,
A song where it just sounds like
yeah, where he just
They're
made
getting
noises. Yeah. What is this?
Wow.
sometimes
that's
you
a
just have
long
to
way
say
to put it,
something
Noah, but-
just to get Cole's reaction.
What is this cool atmosphere randomly at the end of this? Kind of? And then we get these weird noises like... What is he doing?
Oh. Holy shit.
Is he really just saying judge? I haven't even checked. Oh, he is just saying judge. Okay.
Didn't know he was even saying words.
Yeah, I assumed it was just weird noises.
What a weird little thing right there. This doesn't sound like a finished song. Wow. This is gonna sound crazy, but you had told me that that was a Kanye song for the last 4 years. I might have believed you. All right, let's go back to Noah. That was Feral. I got no. Go ahead.
It's not the best thing that when I'm done with the song, the biggest thing I got from it was thinking it was funny. That was rough.
How many times did you say that Kanye recently? Yeah.
I don't even get fun from him.
You lost
He's
the
past
funny
the point of
part.
fun.
Okay.
Best thing about it was the synth bass, I guess, but even then, it just looks better because of how bad everything else is. It's like a slightly above average bass part. The rest of it's just like noise collage stuff. It seems more like they're fucking around than like really trying to make a good song here. It seems more like an experiment than anything.
Sound like a session.
Not a big fan of this experiment. It was funny, so I guess I got enjoyment out of it. But that's not going to make me give it a higher rating. I'd give it a 3.5.
3.5. Well, this was a very weird song, no doubt, from a band that makes really weird songs. And if I'm calling this weird from Radiohead, this is a weird song. It's named Feral. I assume they were going for just like a feral type of like jungle noise, really weird beat here, and that's like the type of thing they were going for. I don't think they gave me anywhere close to that. It certainly didn't give. I mean, maybe gave off the vibe on like the instrumental, like do things with the drums, but that was really it. I did. I'll be honest. There was a point in time where I did enjoy the atmosphere, especially when you could hear when he took away the vocals and Tom York making random grunting sexual noises. When you take away all that, and it's just the instrumental making a cool atmosphere effect, that kind of was cool. Would never make me want to come back to this because Tom York makes some really weird vocal performances on this, so I don't have a whole lot to say about it. From that perspective, it's a really weird song on an already really odd album. 4 at best. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of just feels like some studio wankery. I mean, it almost sounds like they're warming up or something,
Yep.
or just screwing around with some new equipment they bought. Just seeing what kind of stuff they can do with it. And then they're like, fuck it, put that on the album. It's like, well, it's not really finished, guys. We haven't really done anything with it. Haven't really given it any creative look over or put any real thought into it.
It sounds unfinished.
Yeah, like not even half written, like a quarter written. Not even really written, honestly. Just like a weird electronic jam that doesn't really go anywhere or do anything. I would give this like a 4.
4 as well. All right, let's see what we got. Chat. So are we agreeing on a 2 out of 10? Well, not quite I'm him, but in your realm, I guess.
It didn't annoy me that much.
It didn't annoy me that horribly. Usually I give that. This is an absolute 0 from Joel. 7 for the baseline. Screw you all from Kirstian. All right, appreciate it.
Rude.
They had to clone Phil just to play the drums live. 7 out of 10 from Chris Gomez. This is their worst song. Radiohead's only awful song. 2 out of 10 from Pedro. 8 from Ben Kenobi. It's so fun. 5 from Tim. 1 out of 10. The bass saves it from a 0 from Random Casual Gamer. Exquisite. 10 out of 10 said no one. 0 out of 10 from Oswell. This album is so bad. Holy shit. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't heard the rest of it. Separator was better than the other. Sounds like a paint being thrown on a wall with a thick paintbrush. Odd way of metaphoring that, I guess. From Rickster. I don't know, man. I guess I enjoyed it a tiny bit more. 4.5 from Hugo. This would get bumped in Noah's Trap House. I don't think Noah's bumping this one in the trap.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's in the
what?
trap house. Oh yeah.
You didn't even enjoy it. You just said it was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what things get bumped in the trap house?
Well, you're bumping out in Psychedelic Breakfast, so apparently we're...
Fitter Happier gets bumped in the trap house.
Fitter Happier is a banger.
This is right at home.
1 out of 10 from
Happier
AT.
is so stupid.
This album is sick, better than AMSP.
It's definitely
Moon-shaped
not.
No,
Yes,
yes,
no.
no.
It is very much not.
Great song, 12 out of 10 from Azora High. Wow, I don't
My
know if
goodness.
you're trolling or not, but if you aren't, I'm glad you enjoyed it. 5, Tasteless Studio version live is awesome. I don't know how the live would fix this, but if they added something to it, maybe from Piloto. 6 from Jonathan. All right, up next, Lotus Flower.
Is this the music video song?
Yeah.
No.
This is the one where he does the thing. Starts like dancing around.
He's got his little hat.
We do need to make a trap house rating. Whoa.
Trap house like tier list.
Yeah.
First, we'd have to catalog everything that I've said would get bumped in the trap house. A lot.
This synth is being extracurricular.
We should just watch the music video for this.
You want to watch the music video?
Yeah,
All right.
I
we're
do.
pausing.
Really bad.
All right, I've never seen it, so we might as well. What is this? Is it just the music video for Lotus Flower?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Music video. All right. Let me share my screen for the fellas. I think everyone else will be able to see it though.
Oh, this is about to be fun.
There we go. Here we go. All right, Radiohead. You guys can see.
Yep.
Mhm.
Here we go.
I'm pretty sure you have to make sure the stream can hear your
They
YouTube though.
can. Turn it up a bit. What is he doing?
Dancing.
He's feeling it.
The hat is
Backyard.
This is David Byrne shit right here. Oh, did you just drop like 10 pounds on us real quick? Why do you look
No,
way
he always
shittier?
looks like that.
To your pocket, invisible. Do what you want. Do what you want. I was thinking I would disappear.
Squidward dancing on that one
I
episode.
was slipping to the groove and cut me off.
What is he doing with his eyebrow? Okay, nice.
Feeling it. This is something like Tobey Maguire would have done in one of the Spider-Man movies.
This is what Meth Head hears.
God, I wish King of Limbs made me feel like this.
What the fuck is it doing? What's the... Shower much?
Dog.
Come on, bro.
buy some shampoo.
I can see the grease in black and white.
How do you? What the fuck is this?
How are you tripping out to this beat?
Quiet as mice, and while the cat is away, do what we want. Do what we want.
Hell yeah.
You also love men who are horribly malnourished? That's a really weird thing to say.
Empty space inside my heart, reach deep, so that I set you free.
I wonder if they were playing the song when he did this, or if he was just recording, somebody just recorded him doing this and then put the song over it. The clap.
No, this is just him in his house.
It's just somebody had a
This is a
webcam.
day in the life of Tom York.
Just to see what is, just to see what is.
You know, he has chosen not to get that fixed.
What?
His eye.
Oh.
He could. He's just like, nah, I like it.
Ugh, we don't, you should keep that on. This is Tom York at 3 a.m.
This is Tom York at 3 p.m.
Oh, fuck the shirt. Here we go. Shirt's loose. Tom York on a Tuesday at 12 p.m.
Got. This is what I look like when I listen to Death Grips.
That's what they were playing instead. He's just singing his own song in his head.
Dancing himself clean.
I'm sorry, but in what world?
This is me listening to Oxygen by Swans.
In what world does this instrumental make you bad? Like
Okay,
this?
I'd love to go first.
Your thing. Are we commenting on
Um,
the song or the music video as well? I think we
song.
should just stick to the song. All right. No.
Yes. The music video was just
It's funny.
required.
I'd never seen it. So that's cool.
This is one of the few songs I actually have liked off of the album. I think this is actually a pretty good song. If you get past the insane music video, it's actually got a pretty good groove to it. Very easy to follow. Some solid vocal melodies. This one's actually pretty good. I actually dig me some Lotus Flower. I'd give this song an 8.
Wow. Cool.
This is the most Radiohead-esque song on this album, probably.
Okay.
Because it's probably the most cohesive thing that they made on this album. I try to not have things sound better by comparison, so... But I mean, it's definitely probably the best song on this album, as far as I remember. I still wouldn't call it necessarily a great song. I don't even know if I would really give it a like, but I think it's probably the best job they do on this album. 7 to a 7.5.
So I agree with the comment that Cole made. This is definitely the most Radiohead sounding song so far. It creates that atmosphere that they're very well known for, and that they certainly became obviously good at, no doubt. I think probably the biggest compliment I can give this is that Tom York is consistently sounding good in this song vocally throughout it, and I didn't get to read the lyrics because we were watching it on oh no. Oh, playing that YouTube video got our stream blocked. Hold on. Temporarily blocked because we teched the video block. Yeah, damn it. Hold on.
Should have seen that one coming.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that.
Hey, Colorado State go.
How much time's left and what's the score?
Can
They,
you?
it's
are we still
54-52. There's a little under 12 minutes to go.
All right, I gotta.
Epic.
Okay. We should be back. We should be back.
Damn you, Tom York.
I knew we shouldn't have done that, but I was just gonna. I didn't think they would. I honestly didn't think it would get it taken down.
Oh, I know, me either. But I don't care because that was funny. That was worth it.
Twas. Are we live? We should be live.
Also, it still says it's suspended. Imagine we're suspended for like a while.
Stream suspended.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, hold on. It's very bad. Suspension's a different problem. Live stream copying your stream is interrupted due to copyright. Your stream is interrupted when copyright after copyright materials no longer streams are automatically re-enabled. Okay, hold
It's
on.
back up.
Okay, we're back. We're back. My sincere apologies, boys. Sincerest apologies. We should not have. We should not have done the Lotus. I thought they took our stream down because we played the music video. Radiohead apparently is a bunch of little bitches when it comes to music video playing. So
Curse you, Tom York.
there it is. But we're back and we will continue. So sorry, fellas. Let's get it going. All right. So my Lotus Flower opinion. All I was saying, I don't know exactly when I got cut off, but all I was saying was that I think this is definitely the most Radiohead-esque sounding song on this album so far. I like the vocals the most. I didn't get to read the lyrics because we were watching the music video, but they sounded... the ones I did catch sounded pretty good. He seemed to be enjoying singing them, at least in the music video. Overall, best song in the album so far. 7.5 from me. Okay, let's see what chat said. All right. Wow, gotta go a bit back. 8 from Lava Jacob. Are we muted still? No, we're not. Okay, cool. Good. All right. 8 from Lava Jacob. 5 from Rickster. The guy's a freak, but makes me like the song better. 7.5 from Tim. 8 from Tarney. 7 from I'm Him. 6 nice scores. It just fell bland from Christian. 11 from Joel. 9 from Random Casual Gamer. Wow, good song. Love this one. Most Radiohead song. One of the most Radiohead songs of all time. Indeed. From 8.5 from Hugo. 7 from Jonathan. 7.5 from Pin Sticker. 7 from Peloto. And that is when we got taken down. Fuck you, YouTube. Damn, chill, AT Field. I ain't trying to get taken down again. Calm down, bro. Not a fan of YouTube. All right. Lotus Flower, 9 out of 10. 9 out from Ashton. 9 from Isiru. YouTube could not handle the Yorkin. They could not. Just once you see York, you never go to the next part. All right, up next, Codex.
You ended the jam.
Oh, no, I didn't end it. It just ended because we weren't doing anything for a while. There you go.
Oh yeah, flashbang warning.
9 from Azora High, 8 from Alan Weinstein. The truth cannot be silenced. Codex is amazing. I hope so. I've never heard it. All right, we're back. Let's go, Codex.
Jump off the end.
One of these is not like the other.
Might have to pick the Velvet Underground, guys. Not gonna lie.
Hold on. I'm gonna change one option on this poll.
Okay, guys.
Okay, we're doing some generational dick riding right now.
Guys.
They did not invent blues rock. Settle down.
This was so fucked up. This poll, no.
I think the Velvet Underground's overrated, and even I'm gonna pick them.
This is not a poll asking about who's the best of these artists are.
Better poll. There we go.
Okay, now there's a competition. I still think I'm gonna do that. Alright. Y'all clearly do not. Oh boy.
God, this is beautiful.
Through Alex.
That's definitely true, I guess.
Wonderful Christmas time. What a song. Radiohead really started to get in their orchestral bag the later their career went on. A lot of strings.
The outro really needed. No. The answer is this is not needed. Okay, that was Codex. I would like to go first, if y'all don't mind. Whoops. Alright, so what a fucking beautiful song. Extremely pretty. Basically just a piano ballad with Tom York singing, and he absolutely drills this from a vocal perspective. I've been trashing his vocals for the first couple songs, but this one comes out of left field and just drills it. What a amazingly talented singing vocal performance here, with a perfect soft underbelly piano that is just, it's hitting the right notes and he's raising his voice to give it a bit more powerful performance at the right parts. The lyrics are really good too. I mean, it's a very short lyrical song. It's not a whole lot there, but the ones that are there they're very unique to read, and they're interesting, and it's a very solemn song. It's very, I mean, lyrically, it's he's talking about, sleight of hand, jump off the end into a clear lake. I mean, it's a darker tone to the song. I wouldn't say it's a dark song with darker tone, but I just think the whole purpose of this is just the atmosphere, which is beautiful. This is Radiohead at their best type of stuff. 9 to a 9.5. Cool.
Okay,
Oh, Noah.
hold your horses. Just to settle down for a minute. Is it pretty? Yeah, it's really pretty. It's a very good progression. Big fan of that. I don't know if it's a piano or strings in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Doing little flourishes in the background. They sound real magical, real whimsical. But of course, a good melody from Mr. York. He sounds definitely a lot better than he has on a good amount of songs on this album so far. But I don't know. I don't know about anywhere around a 9.5.
Hmm.
It's a very pretty progression, but not for as long as it doesn't justify as long as it is.
Yeah, they need to get rid of the last 30 seconds. That's why I didn't give it a 10.
Even then, I don't know if it's a 10 as it is. It's don't get me wrong, it's a good song. I just don't know about that.
All right, boy, what's your ranking?
I'd give it an 8.
8. All right. Cole? Oh, Cole gave a raised eyebrow like he's surprised about that, too.
No. I think this song is to Pyramid Song what T for One is to Since I've Been Loving You. Where it's like good, but it's basically just like that song again. And I mean, it's a very nice song because it's very pretty. Got that dreary Radiohead atmosphere to it that they do oh so very well. But it's basically just like Pyramid Song 2.0. But it's still pretty. I still like it. It's a good song. I forgot most about this. I forgot most of the songs on this album. So I would say that this song passed Lotus Flower for being the best song on the album so far. I'm gonna give this one an 8.
8. Wow. All right. Fair enough. 2 8s and 9.5. Interesting. All right. Let's see what chat thinks. We have Codex, only 10 out of 10 song on this album. Best song so far, 8.5 to a 9 from Tarny. Oh, the Codex 10 out of 10 was from Ben Kenobi. Tarny gives it 8.5 to 9. Chris Gomez 8.5. This is okay from I'm Him gives it a 7. Rickster gives it a 7 plus. That's a weird comment I just read. I was just kind of surprised I saw that. 9 to a 9.5 from Lava Jacob. 8.5 to a 9 from Blingo Blongo. 9 from Arian Trey. I hope I said that wrong. 10 out of 10 from Random Casual Gamer. 8 from Tim. 10 from Joel. 9.5 from Trey. Worst song on the album, Too Soft, Not Rocking Enough. 0 from AT Field. I can't tell if you're trolling or not. I assume you're trolling. Ashton gives it a 10. Oh, yeah, you were trolling. All right, my fault. 7.5 from AT Field. 8 from Christian. 7 to a 7.5 from I'm Him. 7 from Jonathan. Noah L. Huge L for Noah and Cole. Damn.
No.
Damn. Y'all were loving
Not
on
every
Noah.
Radiohead song is gonna have not every Radiohead album's gonna have a masterpiece, guys. Settle down.
Still kind of boring, but it was a pleasant kind of boring. I don't know what that means, but it's how I'm feeling. 6.5 to 7 from Hugo. Revolver is their best album and it's still not a 10. Revolver is not their best album, but it is potentially a 10.
No, it's not a 10.
10 out of 10 from Piloto, Hauntingly Beautiful. I'm on my Ryan shit right now and I'm not ashamed of it. Shout out Hugo one time. There we go. Back on the...
I'm happy that you had to add that you're not ashamed of it, Hugo.
Okay, bro. Wow. Looking at this poll. Heavy Beatles favorite right now for most influential in music history. 53% of 38 votes.
The Velvet Underground are just as, if not more influential than the Beatles are. All right.
I'm gonna.
I don't know.
The least influential on there.
I don't know why they have the lowest percentage. I really don't. That's crazy, guys. I don't think you understand how much the Velvet Underground did for music. I really don't.
I genuinely think the previous poll was doing better in terms of closeness. So I'm gonna change it up a bit here one more time.
Oh boy.
Here we go. If Zeppelin's in it, if Pink Floyd's in it,
they will both.
They're getting clicked. Doesn't matter what the prompt is.
These polls are not based on quality of music, people.
They're based on who you like more.
No, it's not based on who you like more.
Well, that's how it's gonna go, Cole. You know? That's just how it is.
Oh. Cole, give me an influential band. Different one than the ones I've done.
Black Sabbath.
All right, there's a new poll. Now we move on to Give Up the Ghost.
God damn it. Stop putting Zeppelin. Stop putting Stop fun. They're not in the conversation. They're one of the best bands of all time, but they're not there for influence.
They're probably top 10. Closer to 10.
Hey, that's more fair.
What? The Fleet Foxes?
What?
Why in the hell? This has nothing like Fleet Foxes.
I will literally go to the exact song I thought of and point it out. The exact one that I hear his vocal performance sound like.
Well,
Fleet
because
Foxes.
there's. Okay.
An echo effect on a falsetto voice, 100% with an
Oh my gosh! The only one brand that could be.
I don't even think Tom's doing a falsetto right now.
Well, still got an echo effect on a high-pitched noise. Or high-pitched vocal.
Okay. Yeah, reverb is used in almost everything. People love reverb.
Only I would love to.
Who's gonna hurt Tom? Stop right now. He's pleading.
Why did he bury his voice like that?
I kinda like it.
People are just voting whatever Cole says.
They weren't the first 2 times. I said the same
A
thing.
massive lead right now. It did have 10% in the first one. Cole, I'm gonna do a whole new one. Don't say a word.
I think I should give up the girl.
Oh, yes. See you, Joel.
Oh my. Hugo dropped my Trap House playlist in our Discord. So join the Discord to check out what's playing in the Trap House. I guess.
That's awesome. Shout out, Hugo.
And I believe this is a fully accurate list. I'm pretty sure I've said this about all these songs.
Oh, I want you to go first and give up the ghost.
Wait, what?
I said I want Cole to go first. All right,
Okay.
let's give up the ghost. Oh, you're up.
That was mostly nice. I feel like they definitely could have developed that more into something really, really pretty. But what we were left with is still pretty solid. This album, they've certainly just tried to write more focused, straightforward, and like ethereal music towards the end of this, which has been a nice change of pace considering how off-putting the first half was for the most part. Yeah, I think it was pretty, but I still feel like he could have been developed more. So I'll throw it a 7.
Yeah, there was pretty elements to this song. No doubt. Problem I have with this song is that it didn't, like Cole said, this song didn't develop at all. There was barely any melodies I hear. There was basically no hook. There was no transition. In fact, for the last 2 minutes of that song, I'm pretty sure he just sang the same repeated line that he did for about half the song, with no changes whatsoever. And that doesn't necessarily lower it, but it does make it a bit too repetitive with no real changes. And Cole nailed it on the point. The ethereal aspect of the second half of this album has just been the main focus, and that's been better than the start of the album, but there hasn't been a whole lot of changing outside of that. There has just sort of been a very repetitive nature. Somebody mentioned how this album is like an experimental album based upon experimenting with loops, and that's definitely true because there's been a lot of repetition, a lot of looping, and a lot of just continuing the same formula throughout the whole song. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's why we've had some lower scores here. This one's not bad, so I'll give it a 6.5. Noah.
This is one of the only other songs on this album I had liked on Spotify.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty song. I mean, it's really simple. But I mean, you don't gotta make it complex to knock it out of the park, obviously. Yeah, it's very pretty, haunting. That's all I really gotta say about it. That's all that happens.
Not much
And
happens.
I need to bring this up.
Okay.
This is mainly just for the people who are gonna watch this on YouTube.
Sure.
We are aware of the fact that looping is one of the very core parts of this album, but it's not going to stop you from calling it repetitive. I don't care. If a part's not good enough to be repeated for as long as it is, I will call it repetitive. I don't care if it's a core part of the album. This song, as nice and pretty of a melody as it was, is not good enough to go on as long as it does. It's still an enjoyable song. I'd give it a 7.5.
Yeah, and that's something like we've been pretty fair about this so far with his album rankings, is that like when you have something that's really good, like Codex with the repetitive nature of it, or something that's like if you have something that can be repeated and should be repeated, and you do repeat it that much, we're gonna give you a great rating for recognizing that is good. We're also gonna lower it if it's not really that great, and you repeat it for 4.5, almost 5 minutes long. So, there's good looping and there's bad looping. You just gotta, we're gonna be honest with what we think about it. All right, chat, let's see what we got. 7, pretty but boring from Blingo Blongo. 7.5 to 10, 7.5 from Tarney, 7 from Rickster, repetitive but still good, 8 from I'm Him, 7.5 from Ben Kenobi, 8 to an 8.5 from Love Sense, best I've heard so far in this album, 9.5 from Ashton, 8 from Icy Roo. We do all need to do a Trap House listening party one day. 8.999 out of 10, second best song on the record behind Bloom for Christian, 8 to an 8.5 from Jonathan, 8 from Mox. 8.5 from Chris Gomez. It is not the closer. Chris, don't worry about that. We still got another song to go. 9.5 from Random Casual Gamer. 6.5 from Tim. 6.5 from Tarney. This is kind of just meh. Good singing, I guess. 5.5 from Hugo. All right, we made it to the final song on King of Limbs. We have Separator.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Oh, Alan
That's
Weinstein seen with the
lemon
$9.99
thing.
super chat. Thank you so much. And it's just
Appreciate
a gift
it.
of a lemon. Much appreciate, Alan. I think that's your second time doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Hope you've been enjoying the stream.
The sweetest flower fruits are from a tree. Falling off a giant bird that's been carried.
I'm not in love with that snare.
It's
they could have gotten a better snare sound.
Very contrasting sound to his vocals. And boy, do the vocals sound lazy on this one. The bass is back. I wonder how much time he has spent discussing fish in his discography. I feel like there's like 6 or 7 songs where he was talking about fish. That's the second time he's done that repeated vocal effect at the end of the line.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean snare. I meant hi-hat. Not a big fan of that hi-hat sound.
Does it sound like too small or like too quickly or something?
It's too snappy.
I think
don't
it's
know
the
how to
first song on
describe
his
it.
album that has had a transition melody in the second part of the song. Or changed the instrumental a bit.
He likes the guitar tones going on right now. Definitely had some more variety.
Well, there we have it. Separator. Finishing touches on King of Limbs. Noah, let's pop you up first.
How much reverb you want, Tom?
All of it and more.
I mean, it definitely had some of the better melodies of the album. I think we could have chilled out on the reverb, though. The drum groove was good. wasn't a big fan of the hi-hat, the sound of the hi-hat. I don't know if you use tone to describe the sounds of drums. I'm not a drum person, but the guitar playing. This is like the singular time I've gotten to comment on the guitar playing this entire album.
Hasn't been much
I
of
thought
it.
it was pretty good on this one. Pretty tasteful in the second half. I think this was certainly one of the better songs on the album. I'd give that a 7.5.
7.5. Cole.
Um, I think it's a bit of a step down from the previous couple songs. There wasn't as much that pulled me in. I didn't think it was like all that pretty either. It was all right though. There were some decent moments, like the guitar sounded pretty nice. It's probably the best sounding drums they've had so far on this album. But yeah, I mostly just thought it was all right. I'll throw like a 6.
6. I thought the part about this song that was refreshing was the transition in the second verse of the song, adding in the guitar and a little bit more, or it sounds like they made the instruments a bit louder to make the instrumental a bit louder, and it brought more of a uniqueness to the instrumental, which is not something we've had on any of this album. Really, we have had basically no change of pace on any of these songs, minus. This might have been it. I might not remember the whole album entirely right away, but I don't remember them being a transition or a change of pace, or if there wasn't anything that was memorable. But this one was, and it was good. It was good to finally hear something like that, which is very, very Radiohead-esque. I thought Tom had a very pretty voice on this. Of course, I think his vocals were contrasting the snare really hard, or the hi-hat, whatever, the snare hi-hat combo. It was contrasting it very hard, and it was unique for the first part, but then the guitar came in the second part and carried the rest of the song, which would allowed it to be a memorable song. I think it's on par with some of the previous songs, but I don't think it's anywhere near the top. I would probably give it a 7.5 to an 8, around there. All right, let's see what chat thought. Bloom is just a perfect song. 9.5 from Blingo Blongo, best on the album. I wish they kept the drum switch up they had in the basement for Bloom. 9 from Ben, 8 from I'm Him, 8 to 8.5 from Lava Jacob, 8 plus from Rickster. This is a top 10 Radiohead from Ashton, 10 from Radio Ashton, 9 from Piloto. Chris Gomez gives it a 9. 10, very underrated and an awesome closer from Random Casual Gamer. 9.5, second best song behind Bloom from Mox. 7.5 from Hugo. The first half of the song is still just whatever to me. The second half is very pretty. Love the guitar couple. Yeah, I thought the guitar coming in really saved the song quite a lot. Christian, beautiful guitar colors. Hopeful into the record. 8 out of 10 from Christian. 8. Album made a second half comeback from Pin Sticker. 7.5 from Icy Roo. Jonathan gives it an 8.5, 7.5. Oh, I already said yours, but 7.5 from Icy as well. And Piloto gives it an 8. All right, we made it through the King of Limbs. That makes it final rankings time, boys and girls, and anyone else. All right, if you've never been here before, if you're a brand new fan, or if you're watching this on YouTube, this is our final rankings. What we do is we take our top 3 of the album, we put it in order, we get the album a 1 to 10 ranking, and we give our final thoughts. And of course, because we're doing Radiohead and Pink Floyd's discographies throughout, when they're starting to their finish, we will rank their albums that we have listened to so far. We also only have one more Radiohead album to go after this one, so not sure when that'll be, but we will give our final thoughts on Radiohead's discography as a whole and where we think they rank on the best bands of all time, where we would put them. So stay tuned for that one after we get to, what's their last album called?
Moonshaped Pool.
Moonshaped Pool. Once we get finished that one, we will give our thoughts on Radiohead as a band as a whole, so stay tuned. But it's final rankings time. We're going to start out with, I haven't gone first in a while. I'll go first here. My top 3 on the album. Not too hard of an album to rank here for me. I'm going to go 3 is Lotus Flower, 2 is going to be Separator, and 1 is going to be Codex. Yeah, I think 1's going to be Codex. So this album I've never heard before. I haven't heard Moonshaped Pool or this album. And I didn't really know. I heard that it was very mid, it was very average, it was very unforgettable, but I also heard a lot of Radiohead fans didn't like this album. I didn't know what to think about it coming in, other than the negativity I heard. I think it's probably a little overhated for what I've heard for the most part. I think most people I've heard people call it mid of limbs, I've heard people call it average at best. I think the first half is very true to that statement. 100%. I mean, I gave some things a 4. I gave a 5.5 for the most part. I think was the highest I gave up until we get to Lotus Flower. And then the second half of the album comes in and is just far better than the average to below average we had in the first half. It's a very two-sided album here. The second half comes in and carries a lot of weight, especially with a song like Codex, which I almost gave a 10 to, minus the ending of it. Very up and down in terms of which, obviously in terms of first half versus second half. I guess if you're going to rate it, I would have to say this album's probably a 6.5. It's a slightly above average album, good even. I think it has a lot of great moments to it, like Codex, or not a lot of great moments. I think it has one or two great moments and a couple good ones, and then a lot of mid as well. Not really sure what they're going for as their. I guess the thing we heard was they're experimenting with the looping of songs and being repetitive, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But that's what you get. You're going to have sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully, Moonshaped Pool will recover my opinions on the latter half, the ending of Radiohead's discography. We shall see. In terms of their actual discography, though, let's see. Let me pull up their albums just so I remember them all and don't forget. Okay. Number 7. We're on 7 or 8? 8. No, it's 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. Okay, so number 8 will be Pablo Honey. Number 7 will be The Bends. 6 is going to be. Man, I should have gone second. Boy. 6 will be Hail to the Thief. 5 will be. Nah, actually, I'm going to flip that. 6 is going to be King of Limbs. 5 will be Hail to the Thief. 4 will be Amnesiac. 3 is going to be Kid A. 2 In Rainbows. And 1 OK Computer. And we will see.
This is not better than the Bends.
I think this is probably better than the Bends.
Oh my god.
Although I don't remember what I gave the Bends, so if I gave it a higher rating, I'll pull that up real quick. Well, let's have Cole go next. We'll have Noah in this one. Let me pull up what I gave the Bends real quick.
Hold on 1 second.
Bends. What did I give the Bends?
Sorry.
Oh, you're right. I did rank the Bends higher. Okay. Well then, put this at 7 and the Bends at 6. Oh, we got another super chat. Milan Miller, $5 super chat. I just got here. This is really funny. I've been listening to the King of Limbs all day when I was at work. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and let's stick around for our final rankings because we are literally doing them right now. We just went through the whole album, and we'll see if you agree or disagree. But thank you so much for the $5. Really appreciate it. All right,
Yes.
Cole, you're up.
Number 3, I think I'll go Morning Mr. Magpie. Number 2, probably Lotus Flower. Number 1, Codex. So weird album because I don't. It's hard to really grasp what really didn't go all that right with this album, considering they're just coming off of one of the peaks of their discography within Rainbows, and they come out with this. And I guess they just got a little overly ambitious with some aspects of the music, and it's just not that well written of an album from front to back. Especially the first half. The first half is a mess. The writing is just all over the place, and there's little to no cohesion to it. Especially with the drum grooves. I don't understand what they were trying. I mean, I guess they were just trying to get like some avant-garde drum grooves in the first half of this album, but it just doesn't work with their kind of songwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of the weirdest and worst production choices in their discographies on the first half of this thing too. The second half is definitely better, but it's not like a great half of an album to me. It's just like better than the mess that is the first half. There's really only one song that I think is all that good, and that would be Codex. Wow. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Crazy
saw
ending
that
to a
too.
basketball game just happened. That was wild. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all the thoughts I have. To me, this thing is mostly pretty boring and just it's unremarkable considering like it's just not that interesting of an album. I don't think any of the lyrics here touch like most of the albums in their discography, and instrumentally, it's just it's either trying too hard or it's okay, and neither of those are a particularly great option. And outside of a couple of moments, it's just really whatever and bland. I think I'm gonna throw it a 5.5 as an album overall.
5.5. All right. Oh, we got another super chat real quick. Milan Miller again with another $5. You should really check out Bloom from the King of Limbs from the Basement. That version of the song is so good. We have heard that we should check out the Basement version of this. We're not gonna do it today, but maybe we'll do it in a listening party or sometime later down the road. But thank you very much for the $5 once again. Appreciate it. All right, Cole, your rankings.
All right. Number 8 is gonna be Pablo Honey. I think I'll go with the King of Limbs at 7.
Oh.
The Bends at 6. Amnesiac at 5. Hail to the Thief at 4. OK Computer at 3. In Rainbows at 2. And Kid A at 1.
All right. Fair enough. All right, Noah, finish us off.
Colorado State lost. Are you
They did.
shitting me?
On a buzzer beater.
I'm gonna have to watch that when we're done.
Yeah.
At 3, I'll go Separator. 2, Codex. 1, Lotus Flower. First half of this album is really mid, borderline bad at some points. Just do not fuck with it at all.
You don't fuck with it.
They're trying something new, and for the most part, I don't think it went the best. Second half was closer to more traditional Radiohead, I guess. So I naturally enjoyed it more. I'm feeling like a 7.
7. Okay. All right. Your Discog rankings.
Number 8, I'll go Pablo Honey. At 7, King of Limbs. 6, Amnesiac. 5, Hail to the Thief. 4, The Bends. 3, OK Computer. 2, Kid A. 1, In Rainbows.
The OK Computer ranking from both of you is just disgusting. But all right, there it is. There it is. That was the King of Limbs ranked, and that means we have one last album to do from Radiohead, A Moon-Shaped Pool. That will be coming up shortly, of course, and then we will be finishing out Pink Floyd. But we will also be starting reopening once we finish the Radiohead discography. Once we finish A Moon-Shaped Pool, we will be reopening our paid album requests. I am having a hard time talking today. We'll be reopening those once we finish A Moon-Shaped Pool for a little bit, and then we will start on the next discography that you guys have voted on and picked. Right now, The Strokes and Tyler, the Creator, are leading heavily, but who knows what will happen in the next couple days. So if you guys want, you can go vote on the poll in the community post. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below and hit subscribe. Hit the bell to get notified when we go live. Follow us on Twitter. We post everything we do there for our subscriptions, for our YouTube, and for our streams. And also join our Discord. Tons of music ranking channels. And you can have all the arguments about music that you could ever want to in your life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next video. All right, chat. Let's see what you guys gave the King of Limbs. Top 3 songs were 1 Codex, 2 Lotus Flower, 3 Separated from Ben Kenobi. King of Limbs is a 7.5. 6.5 from Tarney. It was like a 6 in the beginning, but now I'll give it a 7+ from I'm Him. Unfortunately, they didn't do that from 6.5 overall from Hugo. Lotus Flower at 1, 2 Morning Mr. Magpie, 3 Separator, 4 Codex, 5 Bloom. If they had put more effort in building on the loops and transitioning between them, this would have been a really cool album from Hugo. Blingo Blanco gives it a 7 out of 10. It's fine. Production could have been better, though. ASMP is a closet 10 from Icy Roo. Ben Kenobi gives AMSP a 10 as well. We'll have to see about that. That's some high rankings. It failed on what Kid A accomplished comparing what OK Computer and In Rainbow's success. 5.5. Pity about the dreadful first half from Pin Sticker. That was painful. The Benz is good. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Benz fans here. Benz is an amazing album. Y'all just hating. It's not an amazing album, that's for sure. Better than Pablo Honey, but below Amnesiac. Sure, fair. Hugo gave 1 Kid A, 2 OK Computer, 3 In Rainbows, 4 The Benz, 5 Amnesiacs, 6 Hail to the Thief, 7 The King of Limbs, and Pablo Honey at 8. Solid Industry album from Alan Weinstein, who gives it a 7.5. He started the guitar stuff Johnny does in the smile. Oh, okay, so we were saying. I'm him. 1 Kid A, 2 In Rainbows, 3 OK Computer, 4 Amnesiac, 5 King of Limbs, 6 Hail to the Thief, 7 Benz, and 8 Pablo Honey from I'm Him. It's the best live version Radiohead song ever made. Oh, one thing we can all agree on is Madonna sucks. To be honest, I haven't heard enough about Madonna songs, so I really have no opinion on her.
Random ass comment.
But yeah, that was a random ass comment. 3 Bloom, 2 Give Up the Ghost, 1 Separator from Jonathan. That is a wild top 3. T Cole upbeat Kid A.
Do you want to listen to Humans, Hugo? Do you want to? Would you go out of your way to listen to Humans in the Now?
Can't wait for the Strokes. Best band ever. Wow. All right, Mox. Well, hopefully the poll will go your way then. Where do we talk about basketball? Did we talk about basketball?
General. Go talk in the
Yeah,
Discord in general.
talking. You can put whatever you
talk
want in the
basketball,
general.
man.
I like Tyler's gay album. I didn't know Tyler had a gay album.
Wouldn't that be Igor?
I guess.
Yeah.
I give the album a 9, but I'm biased. Fair enough, Milan Miller. At least glad you liked it. If you didn't catch the whole stream, you can go back and rewatch it afterwards. But we did have to split up. Pyramidic 3.0 from James Diamond. Wow, the Whittle Babies don't want to listen to Humans in the Now. Can't believe it. I haven't heard either one of them, but Cole made it a strict point that he did not want to do those.
Nobody cares about those albums, man.
All Radiohead is god level because they were in the best South Park episodes.
Okay.
Pretty good bands have been in South Park. Ween, Radiohead, big fan.
This is true. This is very true, actually. Flower Boy, that's the one you were talking about? Well, if you guys vote for The Strokes and Tyler, the Creator, you'll be able to hear the whole discography on this channel.
Arnie, I don't think you want to 1v1 me.
I can listen to the Now.
I don't think that would go too well for you.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. You're talking about 1v1
She
people.
said she's gonna beat me in basketball, which is weird because we don't live on the same continent.
I don't even live in the same hemisphere.
Yeah, I don't really know how that's gonna happen, but
Down where you are, people are happy because Florida beat UConn today. That was yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Kanye rode a bike on there once. What? What are you talking about, Hugo? Rode a bike where? Cole, the Now is so good. You're the only one who doesn't care. It's slept on. Well, you see, you said it's slept on, but then you're also
slept
said you're
on,
the only
but
one
I'm
who
the only one who
care.
doesn't care.
It's literally an oxymoron in the middle of your sentence. You can't have it both ways. Oh, I'm sorry, Marcio Munez. You can watch it on YouTube after though. Don't worry about it. Do you guys like Animal Collective or hate them? I don't know them. So
I like My Girls. That's a good song. Haven't listened to much else, but I like that song.
Who here, just out of simple curiosity from my part, who here in the chat right now has the Strokes as your top 5 band of all time? Just like say yes or type 1 or whatever. I just want to see how big a Strokes fans, because there's a lot of people voting the Strokes. I just want to know how many people here think they're like one of the best album bands out there of all time.
I mean, they only got 6 albums.
It'll be a short discography then. They had an amazing discography in the 2000s. I think I've only heard one album by them.
I have heard all of them.
Nah, they may be top 15. No, I'm seeing a lot of no's. Okay, because I saw one person say they were top 5 for them, so.
I mean, favorite, yeah.
No on the Strokes. First 2 albums were great. Top 15 probably. Okay, so people saying it's a top. Oh, yep. Mox says a top 1. All right. I don't know any songs that I'm willing to give it a try. You guys have never heard any Strokes? A couple people.
That is shocking.
That is pretty surprising. They have some pretty popular songs.
Hmm.
All right, a lot of no's. So most people wouldn't put them in their top 5 bands, is what I'm saying. But some people put them in the top 15, so they don't have any bad albums. We will certainly find out. I've already heard one. Since the poll don't want Eminem, what are y'all top albums by him? You know what? I'm him. I will give you my top list of Eminem albums in the Discord. So if you're in it, join it. I think you are in it.
MMLP.
I'll put it in the
Easily his best
Discord.
album.
But yeah, I will say the number 1 will be MMLP for me. In your opinion, they're one of the best rock bands I threw? Okay. We do have a lot of Stroke fans in the Discord. I've seen that. I mean, the Strokes one is winning pretty heavily, but who knows? Things can change in the next day or two. We'll figure it out. I'll let the poll run until we're basically ready to pick it ourselves and we're ready to start running again. You are in it? Fantastic. All right. Well, chat, thank you guys so much for coming out for this one. I know it's not the most interesting Radiohead album, but I'm glad to see we had a lot of viewers for this one. Let's look at this poll real quick. What band is most influential in music history? Chat picks the Velvet Underground, 41%, 41 votes total. Zeppelin and Floyd dead tied at 24%, and Black Sabbath at 10. Interesting little poll. What's wrong, Noah? Noah, the Velvet Underground hater.
No, I voted for them.
You did?
If we're being real, the influence.
It is not about what you like.
Yeah, if we're going in order from those artists for influence, it goes Velvet Underground, Black Sabbath, Pink Floyd, then Zeppelin.
That's probably true.
All right. Cosmic, you voted Dylan. I mean, I'll throw up the results real quick just so people can see it again. We have 144 responses, and at the current rate of the 144, 50% are the Strokes and Tyler, the Creator. Let's see. 144 divided by 2. I think that's just 72, right? Yep, 72 people have voted for the Strokes and Tyler, the Creator. Next highest one is Black Sabbath and Eminem, but it is not particularly close, to be honest.
Another super chat.
Malin Miller again, dropping another $5. Thank you so much, Milan. The band Granddaddy is one of my favorite bands. They are so underrated. They have great albums like Under the Western Freeway and Software Slump. I think that's how you call it. Band Granddaddy. They are super underrated.
The fiver.
What's up? Oh yeah. Yeah, thank you for the 5. I will Band Granddaddy. I think that's the one. But thank you so much for the $5, Milan Miller. I hope you enjoyed the King of Limbs. And if you want to go back, I know you got here pretty late, but if you want to go back and rewatch the whole thing, you can. 1 Velvet Underground, 2 Sabbath, 3 Zeppelin, and 4 Floyd for Tarney for influential.
I wonder if there's any bias in there.
I mean, she put Zeppelin at 3.
What did Zeppelin influence exactly? What's their big thing?
Pink Floyd no way are more influential than Zeppelin.
Seriously?
They did blues rock. Where's the influence? I mean, they're one of the
White
best bands
Stripes, ever. Nirvana.
Yeah, but like the White Stripes, like Jack White doesn't even quote them as like his number 1 influence.
Okay, they're still influential for it.
I don't hear a Zeppelin influence when I hear the White Stripes.
Seriously?
Velvet
You don't
Underground.
hear
much more
any
grunge.
Jimmy Page. I mean, they influence grunge too.
Velvet Underground, listen.
Not as much as some other artists, like some punk artists.
I didn't say they were the biggest influence on grunge.
I'm saying that, they are the least influential out of those 4 bands.
I'll say this.
I agree.
I'll say this, Jonathan. We will definitely do Velvet Underground on this stream 100% at some point. I can guarantee you that will happen. Rock culture in general got influenced a lot by Zeppelin. Zeppelin's biggest influence is being douchey and using private planes. Blingo Blongo, that's just a dumb comment, man.
Yeah, screw you and your
you don't even know that
traveling methods.
You don't even believe that yourself, man. You just don't like Zeppelin. That's just bias against Zeppelin. That's fine. Jack White was in a movie with Jimmy Page.
Yes, we've seen it. The one that also has the Edge in it.
Oh, yeah.
It might get loud.
That's true. We did watch that. All right, chat. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. Really appreciate it. Thank you going through the technical difficulties. Appreciate it as well. If you haven't joined our Discord, links in the description of all our stuff. And stay tuned. Our next stream, I'm not sure the exact date. It'll be in the next 2 days or so. But we will be doing Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. So be ready for that one. I know that is obviously one of the favorite albums of all time from people. So hopefully you guys will be prepared for that one. Hopefully it'll be a banger. And I can...
What's y'all's favorite movie?
My
Oh, boy.
favorite?
Getting them started.
Ooh.
Okay, The
Seriously,
Shining.
Ryan?
There you go.
I mean, it's... Let me help you guys out.
The Shining.
There you go. Right there.
Oh, you should say it. It's pretty far away.
If you couldn't see that, it says The Godfather right there. Us and them.
Favorite movie? I guess my favorite movie is either Pulp Fiction or Blade Runner, or maybe Apocalypse Now. One of those three.
What movie do you love? Almost Famous is your favorite. Pulp Fiction or Taxi Driver? Good picks. Good picks.
What a Chad.
Good picks. All right, guys, we have to go. Have a great one. We'll see you for the Dark Side of the Moon stream. Have a great night or day.